Have you heard the saying, love is grand, but divorce can be 100 grand? Hopefully you're not going through that, especially with all the stress that's on us right now, with our finances, with our health, and yes, for even some of our marriages. And if you are considering divorce, allow me to share 5 things for you to think about. And I'll also show you how you can have your own personal marriage mentor. For the best marriage advice, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when we post a new video every Wednesday. The more people subscribe, the more we reach other married couples. Hi, my husband and I co-founded Intentional Marriages. We've led over 100 couples in a fantastic marriage curriculum created by North Point Community Church, as well as leading engaged couples through a premarital curriculum. We're in an unusual time. I don't have to tell you that. For some couples, it's drawing them together, and for other couples, it is absolutely pushing them apart. Unfortunately, we have cartoons like this that are signifying what things may look like at the end of this lockdown. I hope that's not the case. Add this highly unusual stress, and you're bound to push and test any kind of relationship. Small problems not only become mid-sized problems, they become large problems.
There goes. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes in the intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
And large problems become catastrophic. When you're stressed, your brain switches from the prefrontal cortex back to the amygdala, and the amygdala is all about survival mode. You either fight, flight, or flee. And that's why when you're under all this stress, you can't think clearly. And it's only when you calm down that you're able to come up with a compromise solution. We've talked about coping solutions when you're under stress in this video here. Don't let stress dictate long-term decisions for your marriage. So is today's current situation putting additional stress on your relationship? Comment below yes or no. Okay, so the second thing I would want you to think about is, who are you leaning on for advice? There might be some friends in a camp that are all for your marriage and supporting you to stay in your marriage, and there may be another camp of friends that are like, heck no, get out. And you need to be careful which camp you're listening to, but also if you're the friend giving the advice, sometimes that person's looking for permission to move forward. So your words, your advice can carry a lot of weight. And I advise you to be really careful, because when we're giving advice to our friends who are struggling in their marriage, we don't own any of the emotional consequences. We don't own any of the long-term consequences if they do move forward with a divorce. So be careful of how the circumstances may appear when you're getting, especially when you're getting one side of the story, to listen more than give advice. And it's so important to have a neutral party that is giving you the advice, such as a counselor. You can seek out mentors as well, but I would believe if you're at this position that a counselor, a professional, would be the best one to seek out. Okay, number 3 is pause. Time is your friend. I know some of you are thinking, no, time is not my friend. I've had more than enough time with my spouse and I do not want to be around them anymore. I get it. But why I say pause, time is your friend, is like I mentioned earlier. When emotions are high and you're stressed, it's going to be very difficult to think through all of the repercussions in moving forward with a divorce, if that's something that you are hoping for after we get out of this lockdown. Now, pausing allows calmer heads to prevail. So we highly recommend that once you're calm enough to think through all of the repercussions and you're still in the same position, then so be it. But even then, I would encourage you still to see a counselor. Even if your marriage is still going to end, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is learn and be self-aware of what your behavior and what your actions bring to a relationship. Number 4, I asked a divorce attorney friend of mine what she thought and what would be her best advice. And she said, instead of rushing to file, it's best to separate. Give yourself time to breathe and grieve the status of your relationship. Again, this all points back to what stress is doing to you right now and how time can be your friend. And while you're in this separated state, it's important that you still put a plan together, that you both put a plan together on how you're going to see a counselor together and separately, how you're going to manage the kids, how you're going to manage logistics. Don't just go into limbo and be separated without having some kind of plan that you both can anchor on. Continue to build your support system, seek out counseling, seek out marriage mentors, and seek out friends who will tell you the truth about you and your relationship. And last but not least, number 5, what do you want your story to be? Fast forward 30, 40, 50 years, your marriage will simply be a story that your kids and your grandkids will talk about. What kind of story will it be? Make it a love story. Like Andy Stanley says, it takes a pulse to fall in love. It takes a plan to stay in love. So what are your plans? So tell me, comment below, did any of these suggestions help you reframe what you're going through? So you can show me what you think about this video by liking it below, hitting subscribe, or take a screenshot. Share this with your friends. The more you share this with your friends, the more married couples, engaged couples, and relationships that we can help. We want to pay forward all the hard life lessons we've gone through and help others prevent going through that same hardship. Earlier in this video, I told you how you could align yourself with a marriage mentor. Hint, hint. The mentor is a professional from life experience, and we're willing to be vulnerable and transparent and share our issues with the whole World Wide Web in order to help you and prevent you from making the same mistakes we did. So if this interests you in aligning yourself with a personal marriage mentor, go to the link in the description below. It'll look like this landing page, and it'll show you how you can book a call, and we'll jump on the phone and discuss if this program's right for you. Wish you had a marriage manual when you got married? Well, it's never too late for our friends and family. So share this with engaged couples or newlyweds. These are all the life lessons we learned the hard way in hopes that we could prevent the learning curve from being so long. Maybe we were just stubborn, but maybe this will shorten the learning curve for the couples that you know and love. Thanks so much for watching.